The greatest summer in the history of humanity.
Okay, this is tough. I'm going to put the brakes on this. Easily the best summer of any Denver Nugget ever. Ever.
Okay.
But did he have the best summer? No, because his teammate Marc Gasol, man. NBA trophy,
a little bit better,
to
that's
the World
true.
Cup trophy. Well, but did he look cuter while doing it than one?
Oh my God, was that 100 years ago?
It looks like it.
Was that 100 years ago?
Which answer is more upsetting? Yes or no?
What is everybody? Welcome to the pregame show.
Let's go.
Presented by Bet365. Never ordinary. Certainly not tonight.
Whoa.
One of the biggest nights of the Jokic Murray era.
Let's
on
go.
trial tonight. Will they step up and defend themselves the way
Are we
we
getting
believe?
Judge D-line?
Well, that did sound like
kind
the
of
setup for Judge
okay.
D-line, but
Like I wasn't ready for this segment.
Neither was I. Frankly.
you know what, though, guys? It's Miller time. And it better sure as hell be Jamal Murray time tonight as he heads to hostile enemy territory. We're going to talk about the Nuggets being underdogs. We're going to ask the Nuggets will win if what? What one thing? We're also going to make some bets. But first, we are, of course, in the Toyota Lounge, driven by your Front Range Toyota stores. Toyota, the official vehicle of DNVR. I've got all the homies in the house. You saw that man with the boyish charm in the opening?
Yeah. Who
Remember
was
when
that?
he was just such a wee little lad? Well,
I don't think he had boyish charm. I just think he was a boy.
I think he was just a boy. Well, now he's all grown up. Happy birthday, buddy.
Thanks, man. I appreciate it. Good to see you guys. And you know, the thing about Nug Life,
There it is.
the only way around it is through it.
100%,
And
man.
we're not afraid. We're here for game 3. I'm excited to see what Jokic and the fellas have cooked up.
That's right, baby. I am excited as well, man. I'm excited as well. I'm nervous, but more than anything, I'm just excited. feel like opening a present. Over here, D-Line, go.
Guys, my faith is renewed.
Wow.
I'm back. I just took a couple days, took some time off, gained some perspective, and now I'm wildly out of control with my confidence.
Really?
I've lost perspective in the other direction.
Hell yeah, baby. That's the best way to be. Let's go. We need those kind of vibes. And then rounding out the show, the pragmatic one. Harrison wins.
I like how we get special videos for our birthdays. I like that. I like
New
that.
tradition.
Yeah,
New
I like
tradition.
that new
Nice
tradition
touch.
you've added to the show. I really appreciate it. Thank you.
You know what? It's because we're at the age where birthdays don't mean anything
I
anymore.
know.
They
So we
actually-
have to like
They actually
make them mean something.
They actually mean the wrong, like a negative.
so true.
Whose birthday's next?
Probably D-Line will never tell us when his
Yeah.
birthday is. So we don't know. Who
It
knows?
just kind of comes and goes.
It's not coming soon.
All right, there you go. Guys, the Nuggets are in enemy territory. We have some reporting from Dev, who's on the ground. We'll see him in the postgame show. They are booing Jamal Murray nonstop. Since the doors opened, they have been out there just to boo Jamal Murray.
Adorable.
Adorable. Are they trying to get him going? Are they trying to wake up like...
They
it's
didn't
like
do their research on Jamal Murray.
It's
Clearly.
like a bear who's in hibernation, and they're outside of the cave booing.
Yeah.
Oh, who's about to come out? What do we have for game notes, Wind?
Well, some great reporting from Superstar Dev on his Twitter feed right now. Nice video there of Jamal Murray going through warm-ups. He is getting booed right now. Also, Josh Kroenke, Stan Kroenke at Game 3.
Let's go,
I
dude.
haven't seen them at a playoff
They're
game.
standing the Nuggets.
They were at the Avs game yesterday in Dallas.
They were. So made the trip up to Minnesota for this game today. Lot of jostling for position on the ownership front at this game. The Kroenkes, A-Rod.
Is Ishbia going to make an appearance?
He could. Who knows? Glenn Taylor's going to be there.
What's
a lot of ownership stake in the building.
This is actually the most owners who have ever been at an NBA
This is like
game.
a scene out of Succession.
By the way, how about A-Rod just continuing to show up? As of now, not the owner, no sale, not deterring him.
He's walking around like he's the owner, though.
Yeah, he is.
He came into this game like white on white
the
T-shirt, white pants.
Nuggets have to win.
Not
they
a
have to
T-shirt,
win. They
a
can't let this
cashmere
happen.
sweater that showed his highlights, I would say. You can see the man's nipples right
There
through
you
it.
go. We talk about guys with good hallway walks. I mean, he's looking like a good owner right now. He's looking like the owner, I should say.
I hope
looking
that
like-
Harrison was impressed with him. I thought he looked ridiculous.
Yeah, I know. He looks like the like a human version of a sockless loafer.
Perfect description, honestly. Exactly what he looked
Hall of
like.
Famer Alex Rodriguez. Got him down to a T. Got him down to a T.
does
Mike
look like a
Malone had a
loafer.
lot to say pregame. He said he would be shocked if the Nuggets had a similar performance to what they had in Game 2. He said that was so out of character for us. I haven't seen us react that way to adversity in my 9 years here. You know, that's what he said over the last couple of days. He said that pregame just a few moments ago as well. He said he had individual conversations this week with players. Probably grabbed a couple guys.
Grab him.
Probably just grabbing guys left and right. But he said this week's energy in the gym leads him to believe that they're ready to go.
I love. First of all, Mike, that quote means something to me. It's dumb, but we're down like that. That these little things are like, okay, I'm gonna latch on to that.
Yeah.
Yeah. He also repeated the line, and I'm sure he's told his team a lot. He probably is telling them it right now in the locker room. He said, look, I reminded our guys, we're the world champions. Let's start playing like it again.
Hell yeah.
Michael Malone on being ready for Game 3. He says it felt like forever ago, Game 2, looking
It
back
did.
to that.
It was.
He says he wishes they would have played on Tuesday.
I'm so glad they didn't.
I don't know about that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
strong disagree.
I feel like they would have gotten run off the floor again if they played on Tuesday.
Yeah.
I would agree.
But
I don't love that quote.
Didn't
so
love
I'm
it.
latching on to everything. That one
Didn't love that one.
Let's rate every quote when it comes
Yeah.
out.
3 out of 10.
3 out of 10. Okay.
Not that mad, but I'm also not happy.
he said again they've had good meetings, good practices,
6 out of 10.
Yeah, all right.
good positive film sessions.
Okay, 10 out of 10.
6.5 out of 10.
What? What does it take?
Real,
I mean, there
real
was-
film sessions,
I was
he
gonna
said,
say, they're
right?
Dude, too?
The film of Game 2. It's hard to have a good session there, in my
That
opinion.
is tough.
Maybe show them a different film.
Dude, too.
He said coaching is not cuddling. Coaching is accountability.
He did say that as well.
Ooh.
I don't know. Would have sounded cooler if they're like up 2-0, but at the moment, this is all.
Actually, yeah. And then the first question he got was about how Nikola Jokic can raise his game in Game 3.
Yep.
And Michael Malone said, we're down 2-0. It's not just Nikola. Everybody needs to come out with the proper mindset.
Protecting his star.
Yep.
4 out of 10. I don't know.
Jamal Murray available to play. KCP.
That's good.
Who was also questionable with an abdominal soreness.
That's a new
Of
one,
some
man.
sort.
Just head to toe soreness for
Yeah,
KCP.
full body soreness.
Not feeling great.
He was questionable. He's playing. And the man of steel, Reggie Jackson, who was also questionable, is available as well.
There you go.
Indestructible Reggie Jackson.
Let's go.
So we've previewed it for 4 days. You know, this has been a very long break.
We've been
talked
sitting
about
in it.
We've been sitting in it. But I am going to disagree with Michael Malone in the one way. Every day that has gone by, the pain and I will even say fear of Game 2 has washed away. Let's not kid ourselves. The Nuggets got their ass kicked in Game 2. They dropped Game 1 in a competitive one, but they got their ass kicked in Game 2. The day after did not feel great. 2 days after still did not feel great. But I do feel good now. I do feel like there is a little bit of a exhale, reset, refocus. Now come into this one. The Wolves are a good team. They're really good. They're not 30 points better than Denver. And Denver is a team that has always stepped up for us when they needed it. They did not in games 1 and 2. But tonight is the ultimate test of how deep can they dig. Because to win this one, that crowd has not seen their team, by the way, in Minnesota for 18 days, I believe, something like that. I think 2 weeks from Tuesday.
True.
So they have been waiting to see their team, and now their team is up 2 games in a series with 2 home games. They are going to be so excited, and I can't wait to see how Denver responds to it. Truly.
Yep.
I feel like this is, I said unwrapping a present, it's not really that. It's just something of anticipation about, what are we getting tonight? I'm curious.
Couldn't agree more, man. Couldn't agree more. And it starts for me with 15, with Jokic, where it all starts. And as you talked about things getting better with time, part of it for me was seeing Jokic win his 3rd MVP trophy. And
Yep.
it was a bit of a bittersweet moment, but it's not after a sweep. It's in the middle of the series.
Yep.
It's 2-0. And you just think that there's more pride involved here than we've seen so far. And the last time we ever even dared to question or doubt Jokic's pride, he responded. And so I would just think that this is a reminder for him, for Jamal, for everyone, that as long as he's on the floor, you got a chance. And again, it's not 3-0, it's not 3-1, it's 2-0, and Jokic has a chance to turn it around. Needs to be the best player on the floor. Luckily, that's something he can do.
What do you think?
I mean, the Nuggets, it's so weird to feel this way about them.
It really is.
Like, you feel like you I don't know, man. Like somebody you knew your whole life, like told you something. You're like, wait, what? Like you just are looking at them differently. But I know that that's not them. Like I just, like they just. It really is crazy what one playoff game can do to you psychologically and to your entire fan base and everybody, like, around the team. Like, you got to think that the team, I mean, there is something to having everyone in the world suddenly question and start to make fun of you, actually, like, that will make you, that hopefully will galvanize the Denver Nuggets. Like, having everyone call them chicken nuggets, which, I love so much. Hopefully, like, just awakens who they actually are, man. It's just so weird to like not recognize them.
Do you know where they are right now?
Minnesota.
They're in the foxhole.
Yep.
We talk about this all the time. You want guys that are in the foxhole. On the road, hostile environment, a fan base that's been waiting for this for 30 years, down 0-2. That's the definition of a foxhole. We always talk about foxhole guys. This is part of it. You lose a series competitive, and it's the team you think, but they just came up short. You can live with it. You get your butt kicked, you question everything. They're in the foxhole, and that's why tonight is so fascinating, even if it's completely nerve-wracking.
Yeah, I remember being in Minnesota for the first round last year, games 3 and 4. Game 3 was one of the loudest arenas I've been in. That arena gets loud, and it's going to be even louder than it was last year because the Timberwolves fans know they've got a legit team now. Yeah. So it's going to be a huge test for the Nuggets, and I've got to think that this team. Look, I've been wrong about the Nuggets so far in the playoffs. I thought they had a switch to flip after Lakers series. I was wrong about that. I gotta think they're angry and pissed off, not just at their play, but at how they're being talked about and how Minnesota's being talked about now as well. Anthony Edwards was on Good Morning America this morning.
Wow. That's an early call.
He's been called the next Michael Jordan every single day of this entire playoffs. Shaq just was embarrassing on national TV, telling Nikola Jokic he shouldn't be the MVP,
but also
to his face.
Also trying to embarrass Nikola, though.
If I'm the Nuggets and if I'm his teammates, I'm like, I gotta stick up for my guy.
Yeah.
I'm pissed off. I'm angry. And I'm playing with a purpose tonight.
Love that.
I love that, man. I love all of that. All right, comes to the moment now. Circle K, who's gonna eat? Man, where do I start tonight? Who really wants to get started tonight? I always go Harrison.
No, you always go Dev.
That's true. Harrison, since he never gets to start, we'll go Harrison.
Nikola Jokic is going to eat tonight. And I'm saying that because I refuse to believe that Nikola Jokic is going to go out like this. I refuse to believe that he's not going to have a signature game in these playoffs. I could be wrong, but I've just watched him for too long and in too many playoff series to back off, this take now. I've got to think he's going to play with a purpose tonight. Yeah. I've got to think he's going to come out aggressive. Everything we know about him says he will, but we've been waiting for it all playoffs. Do we get it tonight? I think maybe. And I think it's going to be a requirement if the Nuggets are going to win. I think Nikola Jokic has to have, a 40-point game tonight if the Nuggets are going to win.
40. I would love to see that. Vote. Who's going to eat tonight?
Let's go back to Michael Porter Jr., who had his worst game of the playoffs in that last game. But he's been one of the 3 best Nuggets all playoffs, maybe one of the 2 best Nuggets all playoffs, with the exceptions of some large moments. However, like everyone else, he was pretty bad in Game 3. 4 turnovers, 1 of 7 from 3. His first few looks, he over-dribbled. The contests were good, and instead of just letting them fly, he got contested looks up. I think tonight he just shoots. I think it's a bit more confident. Going into that game, Porter was shooting 50% from 3. He was due for some regression, but I just think he's ready. I think mentally he's turned some corners. Is he going to be the best player on the floor tonight? Probably not. Can he be a top 4 player on the floor tonight? I think so. I hope so. And I think he's going to hit, let's say 4 threes tonight. 4 threes tonight for Mike.
Love it.
What about you, D-Line?
It's gonna be Jamal, man. It's gonna be Jamal. Jamal's gonna eat. This is absurd. Enough of this garbage. I can't watch any more of this nonsense from Jamal Murray. Jamal Murray is going to come, make a statement, quiet the crowd. He loves being the villain, actually. He loves people yelling at him. I just can't think anything other than Jamal Murray is going to have a big Game 5 kind of game like he did against the Lakers. Just immediately come out and just start knocking down shots and set the tone.
I think Murray and Jokic also need to have big games tonight, but since those guys are spoken for already, I'm going to go outside the box a little bit and say I think Christian Brown and Peyton Watson have big games tonight. I've been saying that I think the Nuggets need to lean into their defense in the series. They haven't played a ton, and when they have, it's been a little bit spotty. Yep. Tonight, if the Nuggets are going to win, they have to mix it up. They have to change their approach. And number one, their offense has been high-profile. The defense, the Minnesota Timberwolves defense has shut them down. They're a good defense. They were built to shut Denver down. Denver has to meet them in the mud. They have to get defensive. They have to put a little fear in them, and if they're going to do that, it's going to be because those guys made an impact. So tonight, I'm taking a big Hail Mary kind of pick here, and I think that this is a CB and P. Watt kind of night where their fingerprints are on whatever happens tonight. If it's not, I almost have a hard time imagining Denver winning tonight based on how these series go. Guys have to make a defensive impact, and I'm counting on those guys to be the ones to do it.
On the topic of the bench real quick, I was told that in the lead up to this series, the Nuggets coaching staff actually had serious discussions about if Julian Strawther should be in the rotation for this series. And that's interesting, I think, because I think that shows that there was a real fear of the Nuggets being able to score against this team, and that's kind of come to fruition a little bit. So I don't know if he's going to play. I probably wouldn't expect him to at this point in the series, but I think it's interesting that, they had those discussions heading into this.
It would be so insane to not play him basically since January and then throw him into Game 3 on the road in that environment. It would just be like, what are we doing?
But
I was told heading into the series that was a real discussion that they had.
I think it's even, to be honest with you, a little crazy to be down 0-2 and to expect Christian Brown and Peyton Watson to step up in minutes. But you know what? At least those guys have been in the pipeline. And is it unfair? Right. A little bit. It would be unfair to throw those guys out there. But you know what? Nothing in life is fair. Sometimes you got to go out there in the foxhole and step up with your guys, and they need to do that tonight. Let's move on to the next topic, which is the Nuggets will win tonight if. Can you whittle it down to one thing? The Nuggets will win if this happens.
If Jokic is the best player on the floor, and he hasn't been. He hasn't been through 2 games. And Anthony Edwards may never miss a shot again. There's a chance. I'm not, but I think, he and Naz Reid are also hitting everything. And then on the other side, Jokic just frankly hasn't been super involved. Hasn't been involved defensively at all, or at least not in any good ways. And then not enough shots, I thought, in Game 3, no matter how the defense is playing him. So, look, we think Jokic is one of those ones, the 5 to 6 to, those really upper echelon tier 1 guys. We've talked about it. Can he be? Will he be? I don't know if that necessarily means he wins this game tonight, but someone of that caliber has something to give tonight. Whether Murray is hobbled or not, whether the other guys show up or not, if Jokic is who we think he is, he's got something for the Wolves tonight, and he needs to.
I'm going to be so saucy here for a second, guys. I sometimes see on Twitter or Reddit some of these guys that will try to say where the best watch parties are, and every now and then I say people say Tom's Watch Bar is the best. Right. They're having a Timberwolves party tonight. Just throwing that out there. It is a Timberwolves exclusive watch party at Tom's Watch Bar tonight. Just throwing it out there. Anyway, moving on. D-line. The Nuggets will win if
all the Nuggets are good. If all of the Nuggets are good, if all of the Nuggets show up, if Jamal Murray in particular shows up, Nikola Jokic, the 5 starters find their rhythm, find their confidence, find their swagger. And we have the young guys coming off the bench contributing. If we just get a solid effort like we have come to expect from these Denver Nuggets, we know they always have enough to get it done, regardless of the opponent. So they just got to be good, man. They just got to play, show up.
Would Nuggets will win if win?
I'll go a little different direction. If they can force Minnesota to make some adjustments. The Timberwolves haven't had to adjust anything all series, man. Every game's gone exactly as they hoped. It's been smooth sailing. Anthony Edwards has gotten whatever he's wanted. They've defended really well. Karl-Anthony Towns has played great. They haven't had to divert from their original plan at all. The Nuggets have to put some pressure on them. They have to make Minnesota uncomfortable and force them off their game plan a little bit. That's honestly the first step I actually think to winning tonight.
I like all of these. For me, it's going to be if the Nuggets are the aggressor. And if you think about, okay, when the Timberwolves have the ball, Anthony Edwards has been an aggressor. He's on the hunt every time he touches the ball. Karl-Anthony Towns has been on the hunt every time he touches the ball. Denver needs to be on the hunt defensively. They need to be looking for these guys and saying, no, we're not reacting to them. We're attacking them defensively. You go to the other end. Was Nickeil Alexander-Walker attacking Jamal Murray in Game 2? Was he on the attack defensively? Was Jaden McDaniels, Anthony Edwards on the attack defensively? Tonight, Denver needs to be on the attack defensively.
Yep.
And then offensively, here's a storyline that has not emerged in this series other than very briefly in Game 1. Foul trouble for the Wolves. Jaden McDaniels fouls as much as anyone in the league, any good player in the league. Karl-Anthony Towns very close behind him. Make those guys foul.
Yeah.
You know where they're not going to foul? When you can't get the ball past half court and you're not in the paint.
Yep.
Get to the paint, those guys, be aggressive, be the aggressor tonight, and those guys will foul. Put pressure on them, be the aggressor tonight, and I think you can get back into the series. But I was thinking this today. If the Nuggets have been underdogs our whole life, their whole life. Jokic has been an underdog his whole life. Murray, you could even say, has been an underdog. Michael Porter gets injured, underdog. Team full of underdogs. And yet, all year they've been favorites.
Yep.
All year they have been in the position of being favorites. But a lot has happened since the last time they stepped on the court. MVP disrespect for Jokic. They've been counted out in the series by everybody, including Vegas, but including every talk show is now. And then everybody's praising the Wolves. Like, look at that Wolves defense. The question this week has been, is this the best defense ever?
Yeah.
Is it the best defense ever? Is this Wolves team the best defense since the bad boy Pistons? Since when? The Nuggets now are counted out for the first time. It's crazy that we've arrived here. And they're true underdogs. And to be honest with you, I think there is something comforting about that. You go into that building and the report is Murray walks out for his warm-up and has not stopped. They have not stopped booing since. I go, wow, that hasn't happened for a while. There's part of me that goes, the Nuggets are right where they belong. And it took 2 horrible games, and including a Game 2 horrible one. But what do you know? We're right back where we belong.
Like an old shoe that we hate.
Yeah.
We wish we could stop wearing this shoe, but it's our shoe, goddammit.
Smells bad.
It's a terrible
Multiple
shoe.
people have pointed that out, but we love it.
It's a terrible shoe, but we'll wear it with pride. Yeah, this is who we are, man. We embrace Nug Life as Nug Life embraces us with a little too much pressure, like George of Mice and Men, and tries to squash the life from us. But you know what? We're stronger than that. We are not built to give up, back down. We're built to lose. I mean, like, don't get me wrong on that, but I'm just ready for this. You know what? I'm ready for whatever comes. I'm not scared, and I don't think the Nuggets are either.
You're open to the universe now. Not afraid of it. Whatever comes, may come.
Bring it.
Harrison?
In a way, I think it will make the Nuggets a little comfortable, for sure. They're comfortable playing from behind in series. We know that. They're not panicking. You know, a lot of teams down 0-2 would panic. I don't think the Nuggets are panicking.
No.
They're just trying to find themselves.
They're annoyed.
Yeah.
They're searching.
They're searching, absolutely. So I don't think they're uncomfortable with where they're at. They've won on the road in the playoffs many, many times before. They did so in every series last year on the way to a championship. So I think they're not going to be intimidated by the environment or anything. I think, they're fine in this spot, to be honest.
What do you think, man? Underdogs?
I mean,
They are.
The Nuggets are comfortable as underdogs historically. I would much prefer they weren't in this position. I would much prefer they're up 2-0. I do think there's a chance this is the loudest building the Nuggets are going to play in. Maybe to date of the Nuggets era. This crowd is going to be insatiable. And sometimes that's where we see the Nuggets thrive. So, I mean, look, I don't think the bubble was weird. I don't think it's a coincidence that Jokic and Murray were able to come back from 3-1 twice. I think that's part of who they are. They don't always start the way we want them to. Rarely do they just quit. So, man, there's something to it, but there's the obvious other side of it, which is like, there's nothing easy about this, man. That crowd is going to be out of their minds, and you got to win on the road, and you are down 2-0. Maybe the fact that there's no room for error, there's nothing that there's no slack left, maybe that gets something out of them, but it's going to be loud.
It's going to be loud. Look, man, I always think back when the early days when we were doing this and we were first learning about Serbia and Serbian culture, when people described Inat, they would say it was Djokovic at the U.S. Open. when the whole crowd hated him and wanted him to lose. And it was like, that's where he got his energy and he got his power. That crowd in Minnesota wants the Nuggets to lose and to be humiliated as bad as they were in Game 2. Channel it tonight, Nugs, and get us going. All right, everybody open up the Bet365 Never Ordinary app. No Dev today, but we'll get the next best thing.
Dev? Still Dev? Or?
D-line.
Oh, God damn it. All right, well, listen. Your Denver Nuggets are underdogs by 3.5 points. Going into enemy territory, Target. The same way I feel every time I walk into a Target. All eyes against me. The Timberwolves, you usually expect the home court to give you about a point and a half. So the Nuggets they're legit underdogs, like we're talking about here. The over-under for this game is 205, which would be a vast increase for the Denver Nuggets, who were able to put up 80 points last game. So I don't love either of those bets. I mean, the Nuggets are plus money on the money line also, plus 136. I feel good about the Nuggets, man. I think I might.
F it, I'm betting the money line. Let's go,
taking
baby.
the money
Why
line,
would I
dude.
not?
Listen, man. You can't tell me the Nuggets are not going to go out swinging. I just can't believe it, and I might as well make some money watching it. That's the first one. I think that I'm feeling good tonight about Nikola Jokic. It sounds like most of us are. I mean, it just, again, like you want to talk about the most reliable thing we've ever experienced in Denver, Colorado. Like that guy stepping up when the night seems the darkest. So I think I'm going to go maybe with Nikola Jokic points tonight. Over 29 and a half.
That's a lot. They think he's going to score tonight.
I agree with them. I mean, I see a 30-piece makes a lot of sense to me.
It's Gobert in the lineup again, so you've got to think they're not double-teaming him.
Yeah. So, I just like that. I like the idea of Jokic going out and showing everybody what's what. I'm with our man vote there. I really think that it is going to be a night for Michael Porter Jr. to be able to knock down some threes and sort of set things right. You can get his threes at over 2.5. It's minus money. Like Vegas thinks he's going to be hitting threes, minus 122. But I still feel like over 2.5 3 threes. That seems like an absolute guarantee with the way he's been playing.
You got to get your offense going for Mike to get threes. But you know what? Maybe tonight's the night.
Yeah. I mean, who other players do you guys feel good about tonight? Do you think does AG make an appearance?
You haven't said Jamal yet.
Well, I mean, I was just looking at his threes. His threes over 1.5. He'll need to hit 2. It's minus money, minus 148. They think he'll hit that as well. But
here's what I love: Jamal Murray 5.5 assists.
Yeah,
I think that he's got to make a few shots early, but I feel like if you do, you can get the defense moving a little bit. And key is get the ball to Yoke. If you think Yoke's going for 30 plus,
right,
some of those are coming from Murray.
Yeah. Definitely. No, and I mean, I really see Game 5 energy from Murray coming in just immediately.
Hitting a couple early.
That just feels like something that's going to happen. So, to that end, if we want to look at his points as well. Go ahead.
Christian Brown over 2.5 points.
That's it? I'm in.
I think
3?
I think
2.5 points. They don't think he's playing tonight.
I mean, it's minus 135, but it's 2.5 points.
You know what? There's another one I like for Christian Brown tonight, and it's the one that I've ridden all year long.
Oh,
the
God.
3?
It's plus 220 for him to make 1 3. I just think that he's going to be on the court and have a wide open 3, like a naked 3. And will he hit it? I mean, look, at about 35% he will, but he's going to get 1 or 2 tonight. So I wouldn't mind it.
Well, he hasn't hit that many in the playoffs, though.
You just got to make 1 or 2, man.
Yeah, I mean...
Actually, you just need to make 1.
What are Jokic?
I'm also going to take Peyton Watson 0.5 blocks at plus money. Again, he might only play 8 minutes.
It just comes into amount of time.
But even in 8 minutes, he might get a block.
Yeah, and then
bring that intensity.
Nikola Jokic over 1.5 threes at plus 130. That seems. I
do feel like he needs to shoot and make threes. I love that one.
I do think that this is going to be a night where he's looking to get the paint open.
Love that one as well. Yeah,
threes are the best way to do it. And on the other side of things, just kidding, screw you, Dev. We're not giving out Wolves.
I was wondering if you were going to go on the other side.
No, we're not going on the other side of things. Absolutely not. So yeah, I don't know. Those are my bets. I don't know.
Do we have an official play along?
We do.
What?
The lock is the play along. Yeah. What is the lock?
Jokic over 42.5 points in rebounds.
Okay. Over 42.5 points in rebounds from Jokic is the lock. Straight from Dev. That's the play along. That's what we'll be tracking all night during the watch along, and
Point and rebound.
Yeah,
Hopefully the
points-
watch along will be a little more exciting than game 2.
the watch along was not our best effort. I would have to say. Anybody associated with the Nuggets did not have their best
How did
effort
you guys
last.
do that?
Shout out
man?
to the
We were
20K
quiet
people
a
that
lot.
watched, though.
Quarter is like a lot of
I mean, yeah,
Shout out to the 20,000 people that watched.
unbelievable.
I mean, I think a lot of those are like from Minnesota. If I'm being,
Shout out.
I have another fun one for us, just for fun. Jamal Murray, first quarter points, 4.5. Remember what he did in Game 5?
Yeah,
He
I
had a
do.
bunch early. 1-3,
I like it.
1-2.
I like
And
it.
you got that in the first quarter. All right, we have a super chat here.
Eloy Zamora. This feels like Denver in Super Bowl 48. Our core is still here. Joker, our window is wide open.
Not over yet.
Let's go, baby.
All right, it's
It really
now or
isn't.
never,
Look,
fellas.
Here's the thing, man. You get this one, we're going to be excited for Game 4. Right
Everything-
now, we're
man.
dreading.
everything can
If
change.
we get one,
Don't
get
let us
one.
get one. Do
Crowd
not
is
let us
ready.
get one. I'll tell you that.
Listen to that. The bar is ready for
you
this,
sound
baby.
like a Lakers fan, I guess.
I'm
Do
ready.
not let us get
you
one.
sound
Everybody, we're
like
going to head over to the watch along. Watch along
Lakers.
with us. Get the vibes up. We'll see you on the other side.
Let's go.
We all silly like the mayor.